welcome back to episode 72 of the Hops and Bops podcast. I am producer Tom.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mike.
In this episode, we are doing the album called Self-Medicated by 𝗕𝗯𝘆. And to go with that, we are drinking Sweet Baby Jesus from Duclaw Brewing Company, a chocolate peanut butter porter.
Oh,
That
a
was
little,
a lot of alliteration.
yes.
Peanut butter.
Little peanut butter jelly.
Yeah, if you see what we did
See
there,
what you did there.
that was very clever.
Nice job, Michael.
Well done.
All right.
Thanks, Douglas. Gotta give credit where credit's due.
Shout out Douglas.
I did not come up with that.
We just had a nice snack.
Yes, we did.
We went out for
Full.
lunch. It was cute.
Yeah, I'm full.
Yes, it was very.
But a good full. I don't
Yes.
feel overly full.
Shout out Doc Time. Good. Okay, definitely a porter.
Yes.
Very dark. No light goes through that.
Smell the chocolate.
Oh,
and peanut
okay.
butter.
Not a huge porter guy, but I mean, you never
We
know.
really haven't done many of them for
No.
that reason.
Yeah.
All right,
Cheers.
gentlemen. Cheers.
Ooh.
That got cold fast.
It did.
So we literally just bought that about an hour ago. And we wrapped them in paper towels, wet paper towels, put them in the freezer. And
Life
that is-
hack, by the way, if you don't know.
That is ice cold, though.
Yeah.
That's good.
That might be colder than the other two beers we had.
I like it. It was good.
Yeah.
That's very good. Yeah.
Porters are tough for me. I don't like coffee, so I don't like coffee.
Yeah. Me
A
either.
lot of them have that flavor.
This one, not so much. I'm definitely getting more of the chocolate and peanut butter flavor over top.
I guess you could say that the porters kind of, after a while, there's so many New England IPAs
Right.
that some of them start to taste very similar.
Absolutely.
And I think it's maybe because I don't drink porters a lot that they have like a unique taste to them that like that's the first thing I taste is the
Yep.
porter portion of it. Then you start getting some of the hints of what's different, like this one being the chocolate peanut butter and all of that. So when I picked the 𝗕𝗯𝘆 album, I was talking to our friend Doug, and Doug was like, "Oh, you should." He used to work in the beer company, and I was in the liquor company, and he was like, "You should do one of the peanut butter beers to go with 𝗕𝗯𝘆." So
That's
give it
true.
a peanut butter and jelly. So that was on him. That was a good call. And I've actually had this before.
I'm not getting like a crazy amount of peanut butter out of it. I get a
More
little
of the
bit of chocolate,
chocolate,
yeah. But yeah, it's good. I mean, what is it, 6.2? Okay, pretty standard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. So it's
I couldn't see myself like crushing a whole 6-pack of them.
No.
You know, as Mike says, a dessert beer.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
It's more of a dessert beer. Came in 12-ounce cans. Let's see. It's a year-round beer for them.
Oh,
It's
okay.
more of a winter drink for myself. Like you wouldn't catch me drinking this in the summer.
Yeah, I gotta look at what they have.
Classic full-bodied chocolate peanut butter porter with a smooth, dry finish.
Ooh.
I can see that.
Smooth.
And just enough hops to balance out the aromas and flavors of roasted malt, chocolate, and rich peanut butter. One sip, and you will exclaim the name accolades. All right, it's got accolades. Won a bronze medal somewhere. I believe Duclaw's out of New Jersey.
Wait,
Let's see.
It's got
Well, I
It
can look around the can.
is
Baltimore.
Baltimore, Maryland.
close. Oh, you know what it was? For a while, you couldn't get it in Connecticut. So when we first heard about it, the closest you could get it was New Jersey.
Oh.
Yeah.
They didn't make their way up.
They are now available in 21 states and the District of Columbia, though.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
Most of the East Coast, from like Illinois over.
They
Yeah.
have a massive, massive sour section.
Yeah.
Double blueberry. Oh, double sour.
Ooh.
Mojito. Oh,
Sour
yeah.
beer. Oh, yeah.
That's like a Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Peach
They have-
cobbler.
Yeah, they have Sweet Baby 𝗕𝗯𝘆, which is an espresso bean infused chocolate peanut butter porter.
They also have Sweet Baby Chai.
I saw that. Yep. Huh. Okay.
Duclaw.
I feel like I've seen them in liquor stores, but I've never actually picked them up before. So
Yeah, I can't say I've had a Duclaw beer before.
yeah, definitely a good introduction from them. I'd like to try some more of their stuff.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. Baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, lady, 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 lady.
What hops are like what like because we always talk about IPAs, but
Hop variety Chinook.
Yes.
Yep.
Chinook.
That's the hop. And then grains is Pilsner, Munich, chocolate malt, and Crystal 150. I like it. It's a change for us.
Yeah,
You know, we're very sour and IPA heavy as a podcast and as a group.
Good to switch up a little bit.
Yeah.
This was good switch up, and I think we picked a good one. This would probably taste awful as it got warm.
Oh, yeah. I've experienced a warm porter.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
can't see that being that's choking that down.
Kissing your sister.
But it is a dessert beer, you know. Like right now, I'm full from what we ate.
Yes.
And this is just a sipper, you know.
Bit of a sipper.
I think from there we're in good shape.
Pinky's out.
Yes.
Smooth.
Too much of a sipping.
Yeah, a bit.
I like it though.
It's good. It's good. It's not my favorite style of beer, but
No.
the flavor's
I don't
good.
think it is for any of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a
It's going to change it up a little bit,
Nice
though.
and sweet.
and it fits the album we're doing, which is Self-Medicated by Jelly Roll.
Yes.
Mike, tell us about this album.
So I came into contact with knowing who Jelly Roll was through Sirius. His new album, Ballads of the Broken, they played the first song off it, which is called Dead Man Walking. And it's a little more rock, but you still hear his like country hip hop influence. And it's actually stuck. It was one of what they call a test drive.
Yeah.
So they play a song, and then fans vote on it, the listeners, and if they get enough votes, it becomes part of the rotation.
Okay.
And this song has been, since the day they put it on there, it's been playing like every day. Really, really good song. And that was the first album I heard. That came out sometime last year. It's 30 minutes, kind of a quick hit. But it is a little more ballad driven, hence the name. And it's a little bit more like slower songs throughout. And I liked it because it was short and everything else. But I thought this album, when I came through, was a little more upbeat, had a little bit more energy to it, a little more of the hip hop side of things. But I just thought it was like a... I liked it for just its energy and kind of what it put on the table. So going against my enjoying shorter albums, I went with the longer album. Also a big fan of the top song on it, Save Me, which is one of my favorites by him. So yeah, he's an interesting combination because he is a little country-ish, and then he is primarily a hip-hop artist, but then he's got a little bit of a rock side to him. So it's like he's kind of a clusterfuck of a lot of things. And I think for what he is, he does a good job. I definitely can see how I had a feeling from the beginning this might not be one of Tom's favorite albums to listen to.
Yeah, no.
I know Tom's, when it comes to some of these different combination, like Yellow Wolf is, and
This
it
is
actually says on here,
Huge Yellow vibes.
one of his labels is 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is actually Yellow Wolf's label. So I don't know. None of his albums say that, but I'm sure that's one of the. It's somebody he's in relation with there, and so.
Does he have multiple labels, or you say one?
It says labels. There's 4 of them on it.
Jesus.
But they're
around.
all seem to be very small, like
indie.
individual artist labels.
Oh, okay.
Like not. I mean, most of his releases, his label is Jelly Roll, so like self-released.
Okay.
It wasn't until recent, I think, that he really started putting out like bigger albums. Everything else seems to be like a mixtape.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen videos of him playing with Smith and Myers, singing Simple Man with them, acoustic. He had a video of him singing his song Save Me at the Grand Ole Opry. Got a standing ovation after that. So, I mean, he's becoming well known. I will admit, the deeper you listen into what he's doing, it's not super technical, not super, innovative. I don't know. For me, it's does the job of it's a good listen. Like, I enjoy listening to it, whether it's background, whether you're just sitting, drinking, doing whatever. Like, it's got good vibes going to it. It has a good energy.
It is a good mix of genres, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you like all those
throw
things.
some stuff out there, or do you want to go right with the tracks?
No. I mean, I don't know. It just seems inauthentic to combine the kind of country or rock sounds with rap. And, like, granted, I'm never a big rap rock kind of guy. The only one I think can really pull it off is Rage. And even then, they have, like, a political aspect to it that kind of ties it all together. And obviously Tom Morello and everything.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, it just seems like inauthentic. Just the roots of where each of them come from just have totally different angles of upbringing and sound and, like, soul behind them. And to just combine them, it just seems, like, strange to me. I mean, his voice is okay. I don't hate it. But, like, the whole concept of, like, this self-medicated theme, and then he just talks about, like, being addicted to drugs for the entire thing. Like, it doesn't feel like a full journey to me.
Okay.
So, you know. I did like the opening track, though. I thought House of Cards was pretty good, though.
That is it was a good opener. You know, it
Yeah.
kind of set the tone. You got an understanding for, I mean, after that first song, if you don't like that first song, you're not going to like the rest of it. You know what I mean? Like, it pretty much gave you an understanding for what you were about to see. That it had that kind of hip-hop rhythm in the background. There's a little bit of some distorted guitar, a little bit of that rock feel. And he had not only the singing, but also the rapping and everything. It was a little bit of everything. So it kind of gave you an idea of, hey, this is what you're about to encounter over the next 50 minutes or whatever.
One of my I enjoyed this album. I had never heard of him before. You told me about him, Mike. It's not my favorite. One thing I did not like was the overuse of the 808s on the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every song had it. And it by the end, even by the middle of the album, got kind of old. Like, we already heard it. This album kind of grabbed me in the first 3 songs. I thought all 3 songs sounded unique from one another. I was like, okay, this is cool. This is going to be like a good variety of styles. But then it kind of just got into really what this first song does. And it's kind of like what you said about Alter Bridge, my album, and then what a couple of us just said about Anderson .Paak. Like, by the end of it, like, you get it. You know, you've heard it already, you know?
Oh, for sure.
So that was one of my biggest disappointments on this album is that you kind of heard it all by the end.
Yeah. I wish he stuck more with his, like, rockier countryside than with his rapping style, because you get to, like, track, like, 5 and then to the rest of the album, it's just, like, the same thing after a while, for me at least.
If he had, like, threw on some, like, song styles from his new album, like you said, which I haven't heard, but mixed that with this, and then you had the acoustic song, like, now you're talking about, like, a good,
fuller,
a little more full of an album.
It was also pretty interesting, too, because he put out two cards. I'm reading House of Cards. 2 albums in 2020 and an album in 2021.
Right.
So
you wonder if
they're all full-length albums.
Yeah. So you wonder if he
put out 3. He put out a collab one with Struggle Jennings called Waylon and Willie 4.
Yes, that seems to be. He's got 4. Yeah, he does. He has 4 of those, obviously.
Well, one has Yellow Wolf on it.
And it seems like a lot of mixtape stuff, a lot of features, a lot of that kind of stuff to try and build his brand, his name.
Yeah. You just wonder, like, if he didn't release so much and just waited and, like, took the best songs from all 3 of those albums and put it out as one album.
Yeah.
You know, how it might have been a stronger release for me. But it's not, I don't hate it. I just would have liked some more variety.
Okay.
I agree.
From the get-go. Like, the first song, great track to open it up.
Yep.
And then it goes into Save Me, which, Mike, take it.
I mean, I love this song. I think it's just like your typical ballad. I think the way it's written, it does really well for his voice. They don't try to do anything with it that it's not supposed to do. Like, he doesn't try to rap on it. He doesn't try to add some, like, hip-hop pull with the drums. He doesn't.
He sings.
He just sings, and he's got a good voice, and I think this song, showcases that. And my only, I guess, gripe with this song is I don't know why it's the second song on the album. It was kind of a weird spot for it coming out of House of Cards.
Agreed.
Like, there should have been almost like a couple of those House of Cards style songs, maybe something a little lighter, Save Me, and then a build back up. I just felt like straight out of the gate you're hitting with Save Me, and I was kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
That was a strange second song to have.
Yep.
Nevertheless, my favorite song on the album.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I think it suits him well for what his style has, and I just wish there was more tracks like it on this album.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So he definitely pulls it off. Like, it's nothing insanely flashy, but I mean that's what the song calls for, you know. So, it's definitely a good track. I could see why it's like most popular right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a good hook. If you don't know the artist, you can latch on to this right away.
Yeah.
Good melody.
His Ballads of the Broken is a little bit more towards the Save Me type of songs.
Okay.
He does still have some rapping. He does still have a little hip hop feel. For me, I just thought this album had a little more energy to it because now imagine 9 songs of that, and some are a little more, I don't know. I just thought this had a little bit more. Honestly, I enjoyed listening to it. So, and then moved on to Promise, which was
This had a little more,
Little flair.
a little more countryness to it, which is why I loved how this album began, because
Yeah.
the first song was kind of hip hop and rock. Then you had Save Me, which was like the acoustic ballad. And then this song definitely leaned more into the country side of things. I'm like, okay, cool. Cool mix, like, let's see where this goes. And then, I don't know.
And Tom had mentioned that this kind of opened sounding similar. This is the one you're talking about, right? To Hurt.
Yes. Oh yeah, the opening
The
to this.
opening
It sounds a lot
similar
like
to like Johnny Cash's version of Hurt by 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Which is that kind of like depressing country,
Right.
Obviously, like you said, there's a theme to this album. You can tell that this dude has been through some shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially with drug use and shit like that. So,
Yeah.
but I did like this. Like, I like that it got a little punchier. It got back into that country rock kind of feel. And I think he does really well with that.
Yeah.
It's just strange that he literally started as a hip hop artist.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I will agree. He does better, I think, when he has a bit more of a country focus. I think as soon as he starts rapping, it kind of goes downhill for me, at least.
I've noticed he has a very, like, Eminem has a style, and you hear Eminem, and you can kind of, like, you can tell it's him, but he varies that, but you just still know his, like, area. Like, this guy, I feel like when he raps, it's very similar. His rapping is very similar every single song. Like, he doesn't really vary off of his style, like his kind of like signature sound.
Kind of has that same kind of growl to him as Luke Combs, like that strong voice.
Okay.
And I was trying to think who he sounds like. I think it's him for the country side of things. He has the same kind of power in his voice as Luke Combs. Yeah.
But I like this song. It's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good, like, again, if it was like House of Cards, then this, I even think that Save Me as 3 would have maybe even been a little bit better. Because this is a little bit more low-key than House of Cards. Has that country feel, and then I think would have flown a little better into like an acoustic ballad.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the only thing that still like boggles my mind on this is why Save Me is right there.
Yeah. I know. I remember texting you about that.
Yeah. Comes right out of the gate.
Yep. Next we have
Overdose. It's just a hard transition for me. It's like he just immediately starts up with like these like it's like drums that aren't real. Like he programmed drums.
So
and then it's like everyday struggle. It's I don't know. It's a really hard transition from at least the last 2 tracks, which were leaning a bit further away from that. And obviously you heard it on the intro, but I don't know. I could not get into this one either.
Yeah, it's not a bad song, but again, there is some struggle in the flow of what's going on with the album. Like I said, I can agree that if you start looking too deep into him, you really not only say realize, but he's definitely not the most talented guy out there. Like he's not gonna blow you away. But I don't know. I like his music in the background. Like he produces good music, to just sit there and listen and chill and like
Which is why I think most of the albums sound similar, so that it doesn't matter where you are. And like, you know, that has its place, but I just wish there was a little more variety in it.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about him, but you said he's not the most talented. Like, just imagine if he took what he did on this and then the other 2 albums, 3 albums in 2 years, and just took the best tracks off of that, put them together if they have different styles. I just feel like it might have done better for him instead of putting out so much in a little amount of time.
I also have to say one thing that is a like positive for him is that his songs are short. Yeah. Like they're all like 3 minutes or less, really. You got a couple
except
that
for like Save Me.
over. And that doesn't really seem like a 4-minute song. Oh. I think because it's just such a good little ballad. But I mean, most of it, like 227, 206, 242. So I got to give it that is like song to song, doesn't feel like any one of them is dragging. You know, you hear it, you hear the part, even if it does sound similar to the last, boom, the next song's on. Which is, I think, one of the reasons why I did like Ballads of the Broken, is his newest album, a little bit, or you know, a little more, because in 30 minutes it was over. Like, it was just a bang album, one song after the other, move, move, move. Even Overdose, this song's already over. It was two and a half minutes.
Yeah.
Onto Dance with Ghosts. Not a bad song.
It's got the triplet flow.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of this one. There's like the talking part in the chorus. Ain't nobody there. I didn't really like that. I like his rapping on the verses. I do. It's every song. Like, the drum beat, the 808s, there again, you know? And listen, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I realize, like, the Alter Bridge album we did, a lot of the songs had the same stylings, which is not always a good thing. When it's just so specific like this, like that kind of overdoing it almost makes it sound tired, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like, I agree with you. I wish there was a little more of that country rock rather than hip hop, because he does really well with it. Right.
So. Yeah, just sounds very similar to like a drug addicted Yellow Wolf. Yeah. Just like.
And then you go to Loneliness. It's like they use the same drum beat. Like, But this one has a good like piano background to it, and he is a really good vocalist. I will give him that.
And I think even for someone who like can do the singing, a little bit more rock, a little bit more country, I mean, he's not a bad rapper. Right. I mean, I wouldn't put him up there and like on any sort of like top tier, but I mean, he holds his own. He does well with what he does. So I agree with you. Sometimes this combination of things doesn't quite work.
It seems like he's a jack of all trades, master of none. Like he's good at it. He's good at a lot of different things. Yeah. You know. And if you're saying he's not the best, then he does what he needs to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus I feel like the subject matter doesn't really vary too much. And like I know the concept of writing an album where, you know, you're talking about your inner demons and being addicted to this and that is, you know, that's a basic idea. That makes sense, but there's no like growth or any kind of like progression of the story. I think it all just kind of stagnates really. And maybe that's a product of him putting out so many albums. This may be his idea of like a story, not a story, but like a concept album for him. Like maybe this is like his, because he's done, like you said, he's done more like country albums before.
Well, Ballads of the Broken are a little bit more like country rock.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
I will say, like, I like his rap on Afraid of Me. Yeah. I thought that comes out strong.
Oh, is that Struggle Jennings in the second half? Yeah. A bit more huskier, like a Rick Ross kind of feel.
Yeah, he does a lot with that Struggle Jennings.
He did the whole collab album with Waylon and
I actually like this song. I think this is a really good song. It's just a little bit different, all the way down to the rhythm, the beat, like the and then having the feature that kind of accents his voice.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he did a good job with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, 5 a.m. That's a time.
Tom's ready to be done with this episode.
No, I mean it's just
No.
it's just the same, you know. Like, and maybe it's just the style that I'm used to.
I can't get over the 808 drum beat. It's the same for every. I like it. I don't hate that. It's just every song has it.
I did not like this one.
Yeah. I like the rhythm of the chorus.
A bit more melodic.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, still up at 5 a.m. with that codeine and that,
Yeah,
and that
it
coke.
goes right
It's
in.
like,
I get that. No, I get it. See, when I'm listening to something like this, I'm also not paying as much attention to the lyrical content.
Right.
For once, because it's just more about like
The sound.
and just kind of like the background, whatever, rather than like an intent listen of what he's singing and lyrically and all of that. You know, 5M was okay, not great.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand, like, there are albums that can benefit or at least, you know, have that kind of help from, you know, doing something else or putting in the background. But for an album's main draw to be like it's good when you're not paying attention to it,
it's not a good
thing. Yeah.
I do like the next song.
Johnny and June.
Johnny and June. This one I actually just liked the way, like what Johnny and June, meaning Johnny Cash and June Carter.
Okay.
And if you listen to the lyrics, a lot of it is Johnny Cash songs.
Oh, okay.
Like he talks about Walking the Line, he talks about Ring of Fire. It's basically about having a love like Johnny and June, which I thought was a cool concept for like a love song. You know what I mean? So I'm assuming it's about his wife, you know, and the two of them, and it's just cool how he goes and it's the same idea. I mean, Johnny Cash was a fuck up between his drugs and everything else that he did, and his divorce and his, you know, the way he lived, and him and June Carter Cash were, you know, the end all be all of that.
Yeah.
So the idea of like I just want to love like Johnny and June, and this song I really really liked.
Yeah, this was one of the ones that stood out to me too. I like the chorus. It has the female vocal on it too.
Yep.
And, that added a nice little element to it.
A little variation.
Yeah.
And then again, that also plays into the idea that, you know, Johnny and June did a lot of songs together. You know, they had a big career as a duo as well. So it's cool having that female vocal to almost build off of the concept of the Johnny Cash June Carter. I just think he did, from every aspect, he did a really, really good job with, you know, what he was looking for out of this song. I'm just trying to find the lyrics here because I didn't pull them up, but so like the chorus is like, I just want to love like Johnny and June. We can leave tomorrow, take a trip to the moon, into the ring of fire. Met a boy named Sue. We can walk the line. You know, so it just comes through and starts mentioning all those, you know, Johnny Cash songs.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like this one. I thought this was a very good, one of the better songs on the album.
Cleverly written.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least the writing aspect was a little bit better for that one.
And then
My Last Joint.
this one sounds just like Yellow Wolf. This sounds like it could be right on that album we did way back when.
Little more with the guitar and stuff in it, which I think benefits him.
A little edgier.
Control X, Control V.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
Or Command, if you will.
Yeah.
He's got that. You know, I said it with actually, you know, especially when, you know, we talked about it with the Alter Bridge, but they kind of have that mold that they find.
It's definitely a mold album.
And he does it. No, he does.
This album's moldy.
No, but he's got, especially the ones where he raps in the verses, then he's always got that sing chorus.
Yep.
You know, like, and he doesn't vary from that.
The 808 drums on the verse. This album could have benefited from like real drums.
Agreed.
And then the 808s to like accent it a little bit, not
like,
to have them be the drums.
Yeah, or like during the verse or when he gets it a little bit more hip hoppy, but at least bring them back. Yeah.
I could hear a drummer going wild on these songs, some cool fills and everything. Like,
excuse me,
that would be cool.
It would be cool,
especially this song because it has that the strumming guitar or the palm muted guitar and everything.
Yeah,
would have been cool to have like actual drums, but oh well, Jelly Roll.
Try again.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll away.
Rescue Me. That just sounded like a straight up hip hop song.
I mean, the main instrumentation is just the guitar, kind of like in the other room.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This wasn't really. It didn't sound like a Jelly Roll song. It sounded like it was someone else's song.
Almost sounded like he was featured on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for the chorus.
I will say I do like that part in the chorus, sending out the SOS, the sing. Like I thought it was a catchy chorus, but I don't know. Sounded like, again, like you just said, he's featured on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Then this song opens up "Better Off Alone." Sounds like the guitar intro sounded like No Doubt.
Oh, yeah. What's the song?
It sounded just like that, No Doubt.
Oh yeah.
Their big like ballad. Don't speak.
Don't speak.
Yeah.
Know just what you're feeling.
It does. Holy shit, it does. You're right. So all right, but here we go. Real drums.
Yeah,
a nice female vocal on it.
A little bit of stank. Finally,
you know, a little more on the rock end.
Yeah.
You know,
tracks.
If we could delete maybe 3 or so songs we just went through, tighten the album up a little bit, and keep this on it, it might be a little stronger of an album for me.
I'm not in love with the female vocalist though.
No, I don't like her. I like
the other
whoever
one,
was on
Johnny and June.
Yeah, but she's not credited on the song title at least. I don't know.
I'll do some digging.
Nicole.
Watch Mackenzie Nicole's.
I swear to God, if it is.
Mackenzie Nicole is the one who I don't even know who she is.
It's a very generic name.
I don't know.
I feel like there's a lot of Instagram models that Mackenzie Nicole. There's MCK. There's MACK.
The one that does double anal.
Is she the one with 2 vaginas?
Oh, maybe.
It was an interesting show break.
Oh, Johnny and June had a music video.
I did see that.
Yeah, they had a little clip of it in the Spotify song.
No, whoever it is non-credited.
Not credited.
So I don't think it would be Mackenzie Nicole. But yeah.
But no.
Yeah, at least it's something to a little bit of a tempo change, you know.
Yeah, but by now, what track is this?
12.
12.
Yeah, you've already.
8 of them, 7 of them are.
Yeah, like
the same thing. And look, I get it. If you are an artist releasing an album, their songs are going to sound the same. But when you're using that same 808 beat, I keep bringing it up, the drum beat for every song, and then the same kind of pattern.
It's lazy.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure they're not exactly the same. I'm sure they're slightly different, but
right.
She is the real Mackenzie Nicole on Instagram.
Ooh,
the real.
You gonna follow her? No. Oh, she looking a little rough.
She has an album 2018, The Edge, and 2020 called Mystic.
Ooh, that's cool.
So I guess she's just solo.
I kind of like this next song a million times.
This
got a good melody to it. Like if this was one of the ones he kept, like.
Yeah.
You know, but it is a little formulaic. Has the guitar intro and then the drums, 808s come in. I do like the chorus though.
Yeah.
That part, that was good. Be a good song to see live.
We might.
Probably. Do we know singles of this, by the way? Are there any?
I don't think there's any official singles. There's not even a Wikipedia page for this album.
He's just that.
He's that aloof.
There is for his newest album, but not this one.
Okay. So I guess anything is fair game.
Yeah.
Save Me is listed as his #1 song on on Spotify.
Yeah, that's like his big.
Yeah.
But off of
Yeah,
this
I liked
album,
this
that's,
one.
Yeah, I mean, they Tom said they made a Johnny and June music video, which usually boosts the popularity of the song.
Yep.
It was okay. That's all I can say.
Feelings has a good right off the beginning. He just starts kind of belting it out a little bit. Like again, at least changes it up. Almost starts off with like, is it chorus first, and then comes back in?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This is more on like the country end.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a popular country thing to do is establish the hook, then go into it.
And it's and then he's got that formulaic kind of rap verse.
Yeah.
But it had a good opening. I like the way it opened, and the one thing I got like I keep saying is, at the very least, is if the song's not the best, it doesn't stick around for long.
Yeah. Right.
It kind of moves right on, and you can,
I will say this song, Feelings, I think does a good job at mixing all the genres that he's doing into one song.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Explode! Chris Webby, actually, I've heard of Chris Webby before.
Oh.
He's from Connecticut.
Really?
Is he?
Yeah, he's been a rapper for a while, since like the late 2000s, I think. So his albums since 2017 include Wednesday, Next Wednesday, Wednesday After Next, 28 Wednesdays Later, which features a track with Pete Davidson on it. And his latest album is Still Wednesday. I don't know why. That's his thing. But he has, like, decent names on there. So he's like, probably the biggest feature on this album.
Okay. Not Mackenzie Nicole?
Biggest feature? I don't know what she looks like. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting song.
Yeah.
It's got, like, this kind of almost back to you mentioned it on the 𝗕𝗯𝘆 album.
Detail pot.
Little Pink Floyd-y, like spacey vibe with that guitar just like kind of floating in the background. It doesn't have really a super distinguished riff. And a very like with the clean guitar and a lot of the hammer-ons and kind of like it's an interesting riff. It's not as a lot of his songs are just like anyone's songs nowadays, 4 chords or 4 notes on repeat. And I don't know, it's got a little bit more intricate like guitar work going on.
Especially during I guess it's Chris Webby's verse, the second verse, his rap. There's some cool guitar like soloing going on,
little
like
licks
distant
and
in the
stuff.
background. I like in the chorus of this, he kind of like mumbles it like, middle fingers up, I don't give a fuck. Like I kind of like that.
It's the only song that sounds like this on the whole album.
Yeah.
That Chris Webby rap is good.
Yeah,
He does a good job.
I do
pretty
like
talented.
his rap. Yeah.
I've never been insanely into him, but he's always
He's got
showed
kind
up.
of like almost like a Lil Wayne kind of tone to his voice.
Yeah, kind of nasally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mind his feature.
And it's interesting too because even with Jelly Roll, like he doesn't really belt anything out in this song. He's kind of more subdued with his vocals, but it sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. And then
Braybo Gator.
Braybo Gator.
I love me some Braybo Gator.
Gator don't play no shit.
And
I
I like this song.
Yeah.
Because this is like the variety that I wanted. This is a little more.
This is more Luke Comey.
Little
Yes.
Country,
Tambourine smack in there.
Yep. Dip into that.
Is that Savannah?
I like this girl better.
Is that?
Imagine that. That's her only job.
Yeah,
the
right.
She's a featured tambourine artist.
I like this girl better than
Mackenzie Nicole.
Yeah, if she was on that song, I think it'd be.
This is now a Mackenzie Nicole hate podcast.
Oh God!
Sorry if you're listening. Come on the show.
Yeah, I like this one.
It's a good song. A little bit more, like you said, on the country end.
Yeah.
It's just always funny how and I feel like it's just this style because he does come from like the underground hip hop kind of a realm.
Mm-hmm.
Like features are just the thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Holy gee! Like every song's got somebody.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's
It's how you get people out there and names.
Yeah.
Help them
I don't dislike it. It's just funny to see like coming from what we're used to, like with just kind of your rock, your metals, your things like that. Maybe you get a song with a feature and you're like, oh, it's the guy from this bit. This is just like, oh, he wrote this song by himself. Wow.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, right.
with rap, it's so easy just to plug and play
Yeah,
whoever you want
it's
because
true.
it's just lyrics. You know, you're not even like singing. You don't even have to match a certain style. Like you can
Right.
have so many.
It's not
different
like writing
artists.
a song and then having to bring Slash in.
Yeah.
Well, you're drinking water from a wine glass. Turning water into wine.
Well, you turn wine into
Sweet
water.
baby Jesus. Yeah.
Sweet. Oh.
Man, this is one of the longer songs.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I like the song.
It just feels like he's
That
flipping a
song
coin.
to me, sorry, what were you saying?
I feel like he's just flipping a coin with one side that says hip hop and one side that says country, and it's going like, all right,
then
this song's
splat-
hip hop.
Splashing a little rock in there once in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. And then he got in a bad stretch between like 4 and 10.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Well, that's
oh,
when
geez.
the hip hop
Yeah,
side came up a lot.
yeah, yeah,
A
exactly.
lot of large numbers. It all balanced out at some point.
Yeah.
This song to me sounded like a great album closer.
Yes.
Like when this song ended, I was like, "Ooh, that was a good album," and then come to find out there was
2 more.
2 more songs.
So,
Yeah, kind of not a big flourish to end off the album with, for me at least.
Yeah.
But
I could have done without the last 2 songs
I could've
because
done with-
One More Ride sounded just like
was it Better Off Alone?
whoa, which one was that
No.
one? 'Cause I can't remember now.
Well, exactly.
A
That's
million
the
times.
thing. Is like
A million times.
that's the thing with like a track not being like insanely long either. Is
Right.
that there's not always enough of a substance per each track to
Yeah.
leave it as memorable as some other tracks.
Yep.
You know.
Interesting.
What's
So
that?
I just was trying to figure out because I think his wife sings, but I wasn't sure who, if any of those names was her. And
Mrs.
they're
Roll?
Not.
Jam.
Yeah, it's Jelly Jam and Jelly Roll.
Jam roll.
Donut.
Preserve.
So apparently, his
Marmalade.
he was born in a small Tennessee town. His father left as a teen, like your typical kind of like the shit story you'd hear. He started selling drugs. By the time he was 14, he was already arrested and in jail. Whole deal. But he said one thing about dealing drugs was he had a lot of free time, and that was where he started doing like rap and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of just where everything went off from there. I'm trying to just figure out a little. Like I said, I thought his wife.
So he signed to Strange
What a
Music.
look.
I know. Her name is Bunny.
Bunny.
So that's
She looks like a bunny.
yeah. It met in Vegas.
If you can
This
imagine
is all
what,
just coming together.
it just all makes sense.
It all,
all
comes,
makes sense.
A good plan always comes together.
He was living on. See, Tom.
Do they have an Escalade?
There is a fucking reason. The fact that we're in one of the guys of the podcast's house right now, like there is a reason that we're not doing well. I'm sorry. It's because we don't live out of a van, and we haven't been.
That's
homeless
right.
for a
Right.
stint of a
We were
time.
saying we should become homeless like Anderson .Paak so that we could grow even more.
And get that chip on our shoulder.
Jelly
Exactly.
Roll
You know what? Yeah.
met his wife in
All right.
Vegas while at the time he was living out of his van.
Okay. Let's
Oh, it's at the end of the
get the
song.
house on the market.
It just ends.
I don't
Yes,
like
that
that's a
is
weird ending.
Very strange ending. I gotta say that's always bothered me.
Oh,
It just
the very end.
stops right-
Yes.
Just stops right in the middle of the track. It's very
Yeah.
strange.
He has a daughter and son.
Ooh, Jelly Roll trivia.
Yeah,
Did you know?
he's a interesting dude. He's huge, man.
Yeah, you're saying he's like
He
350
described
or
himself
something.
as a regular fat piece of white trash.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
he got a cease and desist from.
I don't give a fuck.
he
Middle
got a
fingers
cease-
up.
He got a cease and desist from Waffle House because he
From what?
because he named a mixtape "Whiskey, Weed, and Waffle House," and the legal team sent him a cease and desist requiring him to change the name to "Whiskey, Weed, and Women."
Oh, you know what? I saw that.
So that's the helpful solution. Good on you, Waffle House. Let's degrade women in your name suggestion.
No, that's what he just changed it to. But
I thought they said you should change it to.
No,
okay,
no,
never mind. I redact my.
I was gonna go to Waffle House, but
and he said after a lifetime of ordering the all-star breakfast with cheesy scrambled eggs, wheat toast, double
this is not an ad.
smothered, covered, chunked hash brown sausage, blah 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 blah. He vowed never to dine at a Waffle House again.
You know what? And good on him.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
now he goes
He
to
didn't
IHOP.
last. He went there for after.
No, he goes to IHOP.
Yeah, the album cover literally says weed, whiskey, and cease and desist, women.
Yeah, he covered the Waffle House with cease.
That's awesome.
Got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
Good save.
He is slowly covering his face with more tattoos.
Good.
Yeah.
Just looking more like
Glad.
Post Malone knockoff.
Good.
So when this all, works out, he'll have a backup plan.
Working at Waffle House.
I mean, he's doing numbers as of recent.
Well, he's got a net worth that's estimated at $2.5 million. I mean,
we got to get that van.
He's doing okay. My dad's actually trying to get rid of one for about $500 if we're interested.
Perfect.
His one's got the bed in the back and everything.
Oh, we're going to Vegas.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Tracks.
That was Struggle Jennings.
His wife is Struggle Jennings.
Oh, it was a picture of the
Struggle Jennings was Waffle House.
No, this guy. This like knockoff. Knockoff pit bull.
Dale.
That's
Struggle Jennings. That's Struggle Jennings.
My favorite track was "Save Me."
Yeah, that was.
It was a good one track.
No, "Save Me" is a great track. I love
Yeah.
that song. I think it's just for a simple song. It's so well written.
Mm-hmm.
Lyrically, it's not just constantly talking. Yes, the background of it is like he needs help, but basically saying like you don't have to be the one to save me kind of a deal if you really listen to the lyrics. But it's not just like talking about what drugs he's doing and waking up at 5 a.m. to to do coke. Like I thought it was just a well written song all around.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No. I was just checking. I was genuinely.
You're done.
My favorite track is the one after it, Promise.
Okay.
Oh.
It leaned more into the rock, which I like, and it used those 808 drum beats, which I love.
They're
but as a compliment, you hear them, but they're not the main focus, And if he just did that more often, I think I would like. I like the album, but I think I would like it even more.
Okay.
As for my bottom track, I'm going with.
It's hard to choose.
I'm going with. I think I'm gonna go with "Dance with Ghosts."
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that chorus thing. Although I'm watching the music video here, and there's some lookers.
Ooh, those are not ghosts.
No, those are not.
Joe's changed his mind.
This is my favorite track.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with it. But this one is kind of representative of like 8 songs on the album that sound like this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know what? I'll agree because I can't choose more than that. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. It's not my style. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going with Rescue Me only because for all the songs on the entire album, that didn't even sound like it was by him. Like at least the other ones at least sounded like they were Jelly Roll songs, based off this album. That one sounded like someone else wrote it. He was, and I have no issue with the chorus. I actually like the SOS do. But
someone help me.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just didn't sound like it was just pure hip hop. Like there wasn't even a slight connection to the rest of the country rock, any of that. So, yeah, that one threw me off a little bit.
What's your sleepy dark horse though?
Johnny and June.
Okay.
I love that song. I just thought it was just very well written, cleverly written. It was the only one of the only songs that had nothing to do with like drugs and all of that. Maybe the underlining idea of that, helping someone who is fucked up, find love and like be able to support them and all of that, but it wasn't just directly about like the self-medication and all that stuff. It was, I thought, a really well-written song.
Okay. Nice. Tom? Or is it?
It's your turn.
Is it me?
Yes.
I have two I want to shout out. I really liked 𝗦𝗀𝗋𝗆 Times. Yeah, right. 𝗦𝗀𝗋𝗆 Times kind of reminded me of a Post Malone song. The way he kind of like rap sings, and then he has a good rap in it. I like the chorus, catchy chorus. And then the other one I really liked was Still My Hero. I still think that should... Yeah, the closer in my mind.
It's my favorite because it was done.
Yeah, no, I really liked this. I thought it was a good mix of things. Yeah.
I'll go with Promise. I thought it was a little bit nicer when he focuses more on his country aspect, a bit more rockish too. I also did like Still My Hero. It was a pretty good one. Nothing else to say.
Yeah. So.
Well, what would you rate it though?
Rate it,
Mike.
I'm gonna give it a 7. I thought that overall, I can listen to it. I enjoy listening to it. Well, okay there.
No, continue.
Head spasm.
No. I do understand. I do understand the kind of monotony of the style, and when you listen to it very like in depth, you start to realize kind of these little things. You're like, oh, I just heard that, or oh, this is happening too much, and whatever. But overall, I like the album. I don't think it's a bad album at all. I think it's a fun, it's a fun listen to. It's not something I have on every moment, but definitely just a change in pace for a lot of what I listen to anyway.
Yep. I'm gonna give it a 6. I thought it had a lot of good elements, but unfortunately, a lot of those elements were just overdone, and I've already said them. I wish there was a little more of a blend of the genres that he has on this album. If he chopped off maybe 5 to 6, maybe even more, I think you would have had a much tighter album with more variety. And I'm curious. I do want to listen to his other stuff. I'm not going to.
Ballads of the Broken is a good.
Yeah. So I want to hear the albums that came out in this time range and see like, oh, if only those songs were all together, But no, he's talented. I like his rapping voice. There's a lot of good stuff there. I just think, why make it this long? I didn't think it needed to be this long with that many songs about the same thing with a lot of the same musical elements. So I'm going to give it a 6.
Yeah, I don't. It's a combination of I'm not a big fan of the style to begin with, and it's just a weird like country rock hybrid. The only song that I only really like as a country rock hybrid was like Old Town Road, and even then it was still kind of a novelty track for me. I mean, it's not something I'm going to be coming back to anytime soon. I'm probably just gonna give it like a 2 and kind of go out from there. Nothing against him. I hope he's doing well. I mean, he's obviously seeing success. His country aspects to some of the tracks, some a bit more rocky aspects as well, were pretty good. His voice he had a good singing voice, but I think he just leaned way too heavily into the hip hop aspect. And I know that's where he started from, but I think he would probably sound better leaning a bit more onto the countryside. So yeah, it just wasn't for me. It's just not my kind of not my cup of tea.
It's all good.
All right.
Sweet baby Jesus. I'm gonna kind of be 7 across the board. I think it's a
7 day.
7 day. It's a good porter.
7 dust.
I like the change for a porter. I do enjoy it. I'm gonna drink one and call it a day. I'm not drinking many of these.
Yeah.
This is definitely just not my kind of beer. I'm not a big dark beer porter. Again, it's a one and done. So, but I do enjoy it. I think it could have had maybe a little more of the peanut butter flavor. I wish they could have pulled that out a little bit more because that, is the like selling factor to me. There's a million chocolate beers out there.
Yeah.
But there's only a couple that do chocolate peanut butter. So I wish there was a little more of that peanut butter bite to it.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing it is missing. So 7.
I agree with you on that with the peanut butter. I wish I tasted more of that. Definitely the chocolate. And now that it's been sitting, the coffee taste is coming
Rising.
too.
Bubbled from the ashes.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog. I appreciate the mixing That's my heat.
Oh, I thought that was the wind.
We're actually blasting off. I'm gonna give it a 5. 5, right down the middle. I mean, I can drink one of these, but it's hard for me to stray off, off of what I like. But I appreciate the flavor combo. So 5 for me.
I'm gonna agree with you. I think it's right down the middle for me. When you get a porter a little bit warm, it does not. I mean, that's with most beers though. You can't really, and not just warm like room temperature, like just like above slightly cold. So it does not go very well. But like we all said, you can drink one and probably not drink too many more. We should have more peanut butter, maybe even like a screwball. Have you ever had screwball with peanut butter and whiskey? Yeah, that tastes a lot like peanut butter. So if they can get it to taste like that,
you do a little shot.
No. That was.
I thought you were leaning over to.
I was just kind of
get a leg up. Okay. Yeah, 5. It was pretty standard.
5.
So nothing too crazy.
All right.
But shout them out, if you will.
Yeah, we have Duclaw Brewing Co. out of Maryland. That's their Instagram, and check out their website too. The link tree is in their Instagram bio. And then Jelly Roll does have an Instagram. It's Jelly Roll 615.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Sounds
say.
like an AIM screen name.
Yeah, that's his website too.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll 615.
Wonder if 615 is his area code.
Probably his Tennessee area code.
Yeah. I like it in his bio. It says reformed drug dealer, active alcoholic, white trash, piece of shit, MMA fan, father.
There you go.
This link contains real shit.
That's just all his music.
Yeah. Low battery.
No.
Yeah. That's there we are. Very good.
But episode 73.
73.
Yes.
Back to me.
No.
No.
It's the special episode we've been planning for a while.
Yes.
That's been being pushed back a little bit.
Yes.
615 is the Nashville area code.
There you go.
That's what it is.
You
Yeah, we have
know it had to be something.
we have another special episode coming up next time, and we're going to be talking about some cover songs.
We are, yes.
Yeah, this is an idea that I think Mike came up with, and we've wanted to do it. So we're each choosing 3 songs, 3 of our favorite covers. We'll be talking about them, and then actually our good buddy Joey, who was on the Eminem episode way back,
That's
about a year ago actually.
Pretty much.
It came out. He's coming back. He has some of his covers too, and everything from like Disturbed to
Post Malone.
Post Malone,
Nirvana.
What are some ones you did?
Shinedown.
Yeah. Chris Cornell.
Chili Peppers.
Yep. Yeah. We actually I made a playlist of
Adele.
all songs. Adele. Yeah. If you play it like on shuffle, there's like a really cool mix of male female genres, tempos. Really cool. So we'll be doing that, and the cover song playlist will be available too if you want to listen to the songs ahead of time. And to drink, are we doing those Dogfish Head?
Yeah. Did we purchase them?
Not yet.
No.
Well, we'll be recording next time.
They'll be purchased.
Dogfish Head cocktails.
Oh.
Yeah.
So basically, obviously, you go out, you ask for a cocktail, they make it with their booze and everything else, but these are pre-made, so in a sense, they are a cover of a cocktail.
Oh, clever. Very clever girl.
Yes. I think we'll do like a few of them. We'll
might
taste
do 2 or
test,
3
right?
of them,
2 or
we'll
3.
do a little taste test.
Yeah. Cool.
Sounds good. So we have that to look forward to next time.
That's all right.
Well, there you go. We are the Hops and Bops podcast. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Stream us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, and on a bunch of other stuff. Thank you for Mike and Tom. I looked at the wrong people at the wrong names. That's all right. Tom and Mike, I'm Joe. We'll see you next time.
Peace.